So in October of 2020 was when I separated from my ex-wife and moved into another bedroom within the house. For the next 5 months, I was attempting to converse with her about what we're going to do, if we're going to divorce, what we're going to do with the house, everything like that. No communication whatsoever from her regarding these topics. So we're living in the same house, but there's no communication going on. And we have a son at the time. And then, April 1st of 2021, I get served a DVRO, Domestic Violence Restraining Order. So I have to remove myself from the house by the end of the day. I had 5 sheriffs that show up, converse with me. Everything went fine with the sheriffs. I was like, yeah, I'll get my stuff, I'll get out of here, it's fine. I spoke with them for probably about an hour about the situation and everything like that. So I packed up my things and I left. And then I was couch surfing for the next several months. During this whole time, I was villainized and demonized by my past friends, her family, everything. So many ill things spoken about me, and I was made out to be the bad guy. So during that whole time, I had no support whatsoever. And I had to have supervised visitations with my son, which I was happy to do. I was made to sign up for anger management classes and co-parenting classes, which I happily signed up for right away. Got those taken care of as soon as I could and completed and turned back in, because all these things were false allegations. And I'm like, I've got control of myself here. And the way I was treated by everybody, as though I was less than and that I'm insignificant, really affected my mental health, to the point where I didn't want to be here July 12th of 2021, and I failed. So I was in the hospital then for 3 months. During that time, my ex refused to bring my son around to see me. So I was alienated from him during that time. When I was in the hospital, I was misdiagnosed as bipolar and schizoaffective. I say misdiagnosed because I got my proper diagnosis early 2025. Autism, ADHD, BPD from PTSD. Only part of the PTSD came from this relationship. The rest of it came from the trauma I experienced growing up. So I was able to get out of the hospital, and I spent 6 months at a mental health center. During that time, I was able to navigate everything. How I showed up, how others chose to show up, trying to figure everything out. And I knew my diagnoses from the hospital were incorrect. So I was navigating, figuring out who I am, working with therapists, working with groups, everything like that. I made so much progress through there in the 6 months that I then got out of the mental health center and went on a finding journey for myself to figure out what's going on and everything. And all during this time, I'm still being villainized, demonized, and kept from my son. I get a few visitations here and there, but it was overall just the way that I could tell the energy that I was spoken about. I knew how I was being spoken about behind closed doors. I visited my son for baseball games, and the way the entire community treated me when I was up there for those games was like I am some sort of villain, and everyone kept a wide berth away from me. And mind you, I was living in this community before I even met my ex-wife. So the amount of people that have been turned against me, all by hearing one side of the story and never once conversing with me. It's amazing how I still face these hurdles where I am having to fight so hard just to get time with my son. And I am permanently disabled, and I have a limited income, and I've been trying to get back on track with everything and get my disability and everything, so that I could have a place for myself and a place for my son. And yet I'm still being demonized as this person who doesn't want to be there for him, who isn't there for him. And mind you, I make FaceTime calls with him twice a week, and I have consistently since the beginning. I have done everything I can to be a consistent presence in his life, all while everyone else is trying to keep me out of it and labeling me as the bad guy. Nobody wants to converse with me about my side of things. They've all taken her narrative as the end-all be-all. And that's fine. You guys have your prerogative, priorities, whatever. It's been very difficult to maintain myself and my sovereignty while everyone else tries to continue to make me feel less than, continues to speak down on me, and continues to villainize me for things that are beyond my control. And how the system is set up to keep me stuck and away from my son. It's pretty amazing how one-sided people choose to be, how they choose to just listen to one story. And nobody has tried to converse with me about my side of things, my experiences, anything like that. They've all taken the word of another. And it's just easier to paint me as the bad guy. And that's it. And they skew how I'm showing up or the things that are occurring for me and my struggles, and they use that against me. So my disability is being used against me and everything. And I'm just trying to maintain into my son's life to be there for him. But I'm being alienated. I'm being villainized. I really don't understand why one parent would do this to another parent, when all I've been trying to do is be a presence in my son's life and be there for him as I've been healing and going through all of the things. It's really confusing to me why people choose to be this way and show up this way and treat me as though I am less than rather than an equal individual and have a conversation with me just to have an understanding of the entirety of the situation. The way people are so prone to just jump on the bandwagon of one story and, oh, we can all gang up on this guy and that's that. And the way the stories are all misconstrued and the falsities that are spoken and spread. I'm not giving up. I failed at this. That meant I turned inward and I healed. I figured out all the things that have been going on, figured out all my traumas, and I have been facing them and healing them to become who I am today. And yet they still choose to demonize and villainize me, even though I'm putting in the work to become who I have and speaking the truths that I have become to speaking on here. And how I'm still being prevented from seeing my son in so many aspects, be it through the system, be it through the way everyone ganged up on me and decided to all determine that I am less than rather than conversing with me to get the whole story. See, when you only hear one side of the story, that's it. It's one side of the story, so they get to put whatever spin they want on it. And it shows me the true content of your character when you guys cannot converse with me to hear all sides. The truth in me is how I show up every day. The truth in who I am is how I show up every day. And I speak the truth on my experiences. And nobody gets to deny me my truth. So all the misinformation that has been spread about me, that's fine. The truth comes out. I am who I am. I have become who I am because of my experiences. And I am not less than, no matter what you all say or think. I am sovereign within myself.